안녕하세요, 파린입니다. 안녕하세요. Alright, today we're going to talk about an and mood. Okay, so I hear some people will say, I don't speak Korean. They will say, 한국어 안 해요. 한국어 안 해요? 아닙니다. Okay, this is kind of the incorrect way to say, I don't speak Korean. Okay, 한국어 안 해요는 쓰지 마세요. Okay, alright, so let's go through and teach you what's the right way. Now, and before I begin, alright, if you like my video, if you're gonna find something useful from this video, please help by sharing, and subscribing to the channel. Okay, if you have any words that you are actually confused with or any grammars that you're confused with, all right, please let me know in the comment box and I'm sure to make a video for you to explain them to you. Okay, so why 한국어 안 해요? 왜 떼예요? Okay, first of all right, this 한국어 안 해요 comes from the grammar 안. Okay, now how is 안 used? 안 means kind of like not or don't or do not. Okay, in that sense. Now, how do we use an? Okay, we use an just before the verb. Okay, so we use it just before the verb. For example, 공부 안 해요. Okay, I am not studying. Yeah, 공부 is to study. 공부하다 is to study. 공부 안 해요. I'm not studying. Another one, 점심 안 먹다. Yeah, I don't eat lunch or I'm not eating lunch. 점심 안 먹을 거예요. I'm not going to eat lunch. 점심 안 먹어요. I don't eat lunch. Okay, so depending on your grammars at the back as well. But in this case, 안 먹어요. I don't eat. Okay, I'm not eating. Okay, all right. So 안 here means not or don't. Okay, in that sense. Okay, the point to note here is that 안 is used when you kind of have a choice, right? Meaning you choose not to eat or you choose not to study. Okay, 공부 안 해요. 점심 안 먹어요. It's kind of you had a choice. You can choose to study or you can choose to eat, but you decided not to. Okay, so that's the point here. You kind of have a choice. All right, 공부 안 해요. 점심 안 먹어요. Okay, now how do we use this? You place 안 just before the verb. Right, be very careful with hada verbs or I would say verbs that are made out of nouns. Okay, most of the time they are the hanja words. The hanja words, the word on its own is a noun, and then if you place hada behind, it becomes a verb. Okay, be very careful of this kind of verbs because the an should come just before the verb, which is hada, and not the whole verb. Okay, like for example, 공부하다 is 공부 안 해요 and not 안 공부해요. Okay, all right. So yeah, 점심 안 먹어요. Now let's look at mode. Okay, so if you do not know this grammar, mode is a grammar to describe the inability to do something. It means not possible, cannot. That means cannot in English, right? Not able to. Okay, it has got the inability element in it. How do we use it? Same thing. Here we put a mode just before the verb. The same example. 공부 못하다. When you say 공부 못하다, you're saying I'm not able to study. So for example, it's too noisy or you've got the kids running around. There's so many distractions and therefore you are unable to study. 그럼 공부 못하다. It's not that you choose not to, but you are unable to. Alright? 점심 못 먹어요. 점심 못 먹다. Yeah, I'm not able to eat lunch. Now, in this case, it could mean that you were so busy, right, that you did not have time for lunch and therefore you weren't able to eat your lunch. 그래서 점심 못 먹어요. 점심 못 먹었어요. They're not able to eat lunch. Okay, so mode here has the inability. Okay, where it's something that's it's beyond your control. It's not something that you choose not to, but beyond your ability, beyond your control. Okay? Alright, so in the case of 한국어를 안 해요, it means I choose not to speak Korean, which is not correct. I don't speak Korean in the sense that I'm not able to, I don't have the ability to. 그럼 한국어 못해요. 예, 한국어를 못해요. 한국어를 못합니다. You will use more than 안. Okay? So from today onwards, do not say 한국어 안 해요. 네, 한국어 못해요. 못하다. Okay, so let's look at some examples, okay, to help you familiarize yourself with an and 못. First question, 학교에 가요. 학교에 안 가요. 학교에 못 가요. Choose your answer, A or B. Okay, so this is actually a trick question. Okay, in this case, it doesn't matter what you put in the blank. 학교에 안 가요, 학교에 못 가요 are both grammatically correct. Okay, they're both grammatically correct. It's just that it differs in the meaning. 학교에 안 가요는 I choose not to go to school. Okay, I'm not going to school today. All right, I'm not going in a sense. I'm not going. Maybe there's no need for me to go. Whichever the reason is, I'm not going to school. Right? I'm not going to school. 학교에 못 가요. I'm also not going to school. It's the same meaning. However, it's more like I'm unable to go to school today. Okay, so for whatever reasons, you broke your leg, you had some other plans, whatever. 학교에 못 가요. I can't go to school. Okay, I can't go to school today. All right, I've got some other appointments. I broke my leg. 학교에 못 가요. Okay, so in this case, again, it's not, again, both are grammatically correct, but it means different stuff. 학교에 안 가요. 학교에 못 가요. 하나 더 해볼까요? Let's try this. 사과를 좋아해요. Alright, 좋아하다 is to like. Okay, it's a verb. 좋아하다, to like something. 좋아해요. 사과를 좋아해요. 안 좋아해요 or 못 좋아해요. A or B. Now, if you choose A, congratulations! A is the right answer. Now, we cannot use 못 좋아해요, although it's not grammatically wrong. 못 좋아해요, unable to like. Okay, so in this case, you're unable to like apples. That can be a little bit weird. Okay, I'm not saying that this sentence is not possible. It really depends on your scenario. Yeah, if you're unable to like a certain guy, for example, that's, you can use that to describe it that way. However, in this case, you're unable to like apple. No, okay, I don't like apples. Okay, apples are not to my liking. 그럼 사과를 안 좋아해요 is the correct answer. Alright, 여기는 A 답이죠. Yeah. So be very careful when you use 못 with verbs like 좋아하다, 싫어하다. This kind of verbs can give you a bit different kind of meaning. Okay, so do be very careful when you use 못 with them. Alright, let's look at another question. Okay. Now, Linda asks, 영민 씨 요즘 영화 많이 봤어요? Alright, are you watching lots of movie recently? 요즘 is recently, 영화 is movie, 많이 is a lot, 봤어요 is watched with the ed, past tense. And 영민 said, 아니요, 요즘 좀 바빠요. Okay, 바빠요 is busy. 요즘 좀 바빠요. 그래서 요즘 영화를 봐요. A or B. 답은? Okay, if you choose A, 안 봐요, that's also not wrong. If you choose B, that's also not wrong. Like I said, it grammatically doesn't make a difference. However, the best answer for this example is actually B. Alright. Now, because I am busy, she gave a reason that I'm busy recently, so I could not watch. Okay, so if the intention of Yongmi is to say that I cannot watch movies recently because I'm busy, I've been very busy, I could not watch movies. 그럼 그래서 영화를 못 봐요. 요즘 영화를 못 봐요. Okay, so in this case, if you use 그래서 요즘 영화를 안 봐요. I'm so busy and therefore I am not watching them recently. Okay, so again, both are kind of grammatically correct, but it's the intention. What do you really want to say? And in this example, in fact, I believe B is what Yongmi wants to say, and B is the more appropriate answer. Okay. However, if it's out of the norm and you just really want to say, I'm busy recently, and so I am not doing this item at this moment, I'm not doing this at this point of time, 그럼 안 is the correct answer. Okay? Okay, 하나 더 볼까요? 네. Jenny here says, 마이클 씨, 찰리 채플린 영화 봤어요? Have you watched this movie called 찰리 채플린? Alright, and Michael says, 아니요, 저는 코미디를 좋아해요. 그래서 봤어요. Right, A or B, 안 or 뭐. Very good. Okay, so in this case, the answer here should be 안. Okay, 안 좋아해요. 아니요, 저는 코미디를 안 좋아해요. 그래서 안 봤어요. 안 봤어요. Right? Because I don't like comedy, so I choose not to, and so forth. I have not watched it. It's not that I could not watch it, but I have not watched it. 괜찮아요, 여러분? Yeah, I hope today you got a better understanding between an and mode and use the correct one, especially when you want to say something which is the one that reflects your real intention. And do you want to say that you are unable to, or do you want to say that you are not doing something? Right, that is the focus or the point of this grammar. Okay, I hope you learned something, and if you are enjoying my videos, if you're learning something, please like, subscribe, and share. Alright, I'll see you in the next video. 네, 감사합니다.